Alright. Give a second. Just tell me you're going to come out.
Hey, what up?
Hey, how you doing? I don't know.
Can you see me?
There you go. There you go. Should fix it.
Hey,
Yeah, I can see you.
what's up, homie?
Not much. Just fixing to tell my girlfriend bye before she goes back to work.
Oh, go ahead. You take your time.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, you.
What do you do?
Bye bye. Have a great day.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. She's like, tell me bye first. I was like, he's calling right now.
I'm not
It's
important.
all good, though.
You did, yeah.
Oh, you're good. Let me go get some more light. There we go.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you're doing good.
Oh, yeah. I'm all good. Everybody's like, oh, worried about me and stuff, but it ain't no big deal. It's nothing I ain't been through.
Really? What do you
Yeah,
mean?
I've
Just
been
in
through some wars.
you mean in your cage fighting career or just in life in general?
Both.
Yeah.
Both. Everything I've done, I've had to fight for.
What led you into combat sports?
Actually, I got a swirly, and kids were picking on me at school, and they pushed me in a trash can at lunch, and I mean, just a whole bunch of stuff added up, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna learn to fight, and I told my dad about it, and he got me into the boxing.
Yeah. And learn to fight you did. I was checking out your record going way back to your amateur days, man. You've got a lot of experience. You've been at this for a hot minute. You see, you're a pretty young guy too, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I started when I was 13, and I've had over 60 to 70 boxing matches amateur, and then I had 50, maybe 10 to 15 as an amateur in MMA, and now I've gotten almost 30 pro, and I've had I think 5 or 6 pro boxing matches.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's introduce you first of all. If you're just tuning in, this is Rodney James for Cage Side Press. I'm with Thomas Gifford, who has created quite a buzz, even in defeat. I told him this in a private message earlier. I think he actually probably endeared himself to more fans in that fight than perhaps even his opponent did, just because of your warrior spirit, the incredible toughness that you showed, lasting through all 3 rounds. Some of that, I'll be honest with you, Thomas, was a little hard to watch for a lot of people, and I think you know why, especially the way it ended. You know, people were saying that it should have been stopped earlier. You disagree. You've spoken out about that a little on social media. In your own words, talk to us a little bit about the aftermath of that fight.
Uh, it's no big deal to me. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're crazy." I mean, they're like, "You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it." When I watched it, I was like, what is everybody freaking out about? I mean, look at Brian Ortega against Max Holloway. They went 5 5-minute rounds, and he was getting battered up the last 3 rounds. He wasn't barely landing any punches. He wasn't doing no good. They didn't care about him. They didn't care that he took 200 plus shots to the head. I mean, I only took 150, and I mean, that's less to me than I've ever taken in a fight, you know. He missed more in the second and third round than he did in the first. I mean, everybody, they wasn't looking at that. They were just worried about the way I looked and the way everything was going. Of course, I mean, if you look back at all my old fights, my head never stops moving. Even if they hit me with a hard uppercut, they hit me with a hook, I turn with the punches. I give with the punches. I don't try to grit my teeth and like bear down. That's how you do get knocked out. When you grit your teeth and like you try, they're like, oh, this punch is coming, and you hit. They hit you, and it actually takes more damage than you do rolling off the punches or being just knocked your head back. I mean, yeah, your eyes get rolled around the back of your head and stuff, and I mean, of course, it's bad for your brain, but I was rolling with the punches. I wasn't just letting my face just take them full force, you know. There was a little bit of force taken off by the way I was moving, the way I do it. And people don't understand that because I've had a boxing coach tell me, hey, you got to get your neck stronger. You got to quit letting your head pop back like that. And then I also had a boxing trainer that told me, hey, roll with those punches. If you can't take them, he said, roll with them. Take some of the edge off of them. And doing that has really helped me out. And that's what really helped me in this fight because, I mean, them uppercuts were hard and I could feel them. I could see them coming. but it was more of me rolling with the punches and going with it than it was taking it. And that's where most people mess up. And that's probably what I did. I was like, man, it's the third round. He's coming with another hard right. I'll probably grit my teeth and set my feet. Next thing you know, I'm knocked out. That was my fault. I mean, of course, I should have moved my head. I should have used more foot movement. But it is what it is. I did exactly what I said I was going to do, and I've done it my whole life. I have always come forward.
I did
mean,
feel
if that would have had 2 more rounds in it, he would have been so tired.
I did feel as though some of that stuff that you were just talking about, I kind of saw that in the fight live. I think a lot of people were probably also influenced by the commentary, and maybe perhaps that was a factor. But I did notice, I don't know what's the right word for it, like almost like your neck was kind of rubbery in a way, and it made it maybe seem like it was his power that knocked your head around where, as you say, it was more or less your head movement that was kind of just allowing that flexibility to sort of soften the impact of those punches, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, rolling with the punches and coming right back to it. I mean, a hook, you can stand there and take it, and it'll hurt you. But if you do it like this, boom, it glances off the side of your face and just pushes. I mean, that's what Vaseline is for. And I mean, yeah, I was using it to the most extent advantage that I could, but I mean,
yeah,
that's the way I had to do it. He hit hard. He was super fast, and I mean, I wasn't prepared for that because I've been training for Brock Weaver. Brock Weaver will never be as fast as Mike Davis. I don't care if he sees this or not. But that dude is severely fast, and he has severely good techniques and boxing skills that I wasn't prepared for.
Yeah,
I mean, of course, everybody's seen it, but it is what it is.
Well, the other thing, too, I noticed in the fight was that there was every time he threw a flying knee, there was a huge crowd pop. The commentators reacted to that. I felt like a lot of times, though, those knees didn't really land as much as people thought they did.
You would see big hematomas on my face and like big marks. You didn't see those. You didn't see me look like Mike Perry with half a broken nose, I wasn't like that. He didn't really land. I mean, you can ask Coach. Coach is like, yeah, you can put 2 elbows in the way, but that knee really does do damage. And I was like, yeah, I understand that. That's good, but I did block half the power. I did block half the blow. It didn't cut me. He never put me out, and that's why he was getting so tired putting me out. He can say on his Instagram and his Twitter, like, yeah, he pulled back. He was just throwing jabs. He was leaning over trying to breathe in the third round. He was taking more time backing up, not because of my damages, because he was tired of hitting me. And he put all his power and all his speed all in the first and second round, and that's what usually makes me win. But this time it wasn't enough.
So what was the original opponent was Brock Weaver. Let's go back to that for a second. This is a guy who was a standout on the last season of Dana White's Contender Series. I was fortunate to attend all of those fights and cover them. And I remember him very well. He was an awesome fighter. I think your assessment of his skills is fair. He's definitely not as fast. I think that's a great fight, actually. I think both of y'all are very, very scrappy. He's also a Southern boy. I think you guys would want to get in there, just throw down. Is that still something that you're looking to? Is that a match you're still looking forward to doing?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, I would have called him out after the fight if I would have knocked out Davis or beat Davis, but I didn't beat Davis and I didn't have the chance. But yeah, I would love to fight Brock Weaver. I mean, I was fully prepared to fight Brock Weaver, and then I had to switch around. And of course, being the fighter that I am, I mean, my girlfriend and my parents, they were like, I don't know about this, but my dad was cool with it, and that was my mom and them. They were like, oh, this guy's fast. He's a 45er. He's going to be this. I was like, yeah, but I have no money. I need this fight. I've been looking forward to fighting, and I mean, that's 4 days' notice. There's no time to back out. There's no question in backing out to me. I still sign the contract, and I will sign a contract against Davis. I mean, I'll fight Davis again. It's no big deal. I mean, I will be more prepared for him this time than I was last time, of course. But I mean, if I would have trained 5 or 6 weeks for Davis like I did Brock, it would have been a totally different story, and I would have been prepared for more than what I was.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean about being down to the wire and the possibility, because, I mean, you've obviously, in your career, it happens to everyone, there's fights that fall through for whatever reason. I've only competed in MMA as an amateur, and I even feel the same way. Like, I will not I don't care if my neck is broken and my back. I am not backing out of a fight for any reason whatsoever. Unless the doctors just say, hey, we're not going to, we can't license you.
Mm-hmm.
But, in a way, I think Davis kind of owes you a little bit of gratitude. I didn't feel like he showed a lot of that. In fact, listen, after the fight, it's customary for decent sportsmen. They usually go and check on their opponent, especially after their face hits the canvas. I'm not saying that you have to do that. I'm not saying he's a dirtbag. I don't know the guy. I felt that was a little uncalled for. He didn't check to see how you're doing. And then I think Bisping asked him something about, whether the ref should have allowed the fight to continue. And Davis actually said thanks to the ref. He said, thank you for not stopping it. I guess because, he wanted to get the finish. I don't know why I'm rambling about that. I don't expect you to comment on it if you don't want to.
I'm not comment on it. I have no deal. Me and Davis are friends. Well, I mean, we're both fighters. We've done exactly what we were supposed to do. And I mean, of course he wanted the finish, but he was just like, man, can I finish this guy? Am I going to be able to? And he's going to be like, no, I got 30 seconds left in the third round. I'm gonna win this by decision. This dude's just tough, and I can't do it. But he ended up surprising himself in doing it, and that's really what I think really went through his mind when he won. He was like, oh man, he actually face planted. Like, this has never happened to me. This dude, there's no way he even thought that I was going down. There's no way that he even knew about me being knocked out or the ref stopping it. There was a couple times when I was on the ground where he would have thought, oh yeah, let's stop this fight. But I was technically fighting back. I threw an arm bar, I threw knee bars, I threw leg locks. I mean, that's what I was working for Weaver. And once Weaver took me down or knocked me down, I mean, that's what I was going to go for because, I mean, his submission game ain't really that great. And, I mean, we just kept the same game plan. We kept everything we were going to do for Weaver. We were just going to do it on an orthodox opponent that was switched 4 days above. That's no big deal to me. I mean, I still implemented my game plan. Of course, I didn't get the takedown on Davis. I was super slow after the first round, and he even told me that in the first round. He goes, man, you're slow. He goes, you need to step it up. And I was like, you know what, I am going to step it up. And, I mean, he encouraged me in that round. Like, I mean, I love Davis to death. Even after he knocked me out, he done exactly what he was supposed to do. I mean, he can give me props and, like, check on me and stuff. But after the fight, we had messages in between each other. I mean, if I would have seen him at the hotel, we'd have had a beer. We'd have talked it up. But, I mean, he's a great guy, and he's a class act. Like, he didn't show it on TV like everybody else wanted because he was so surprised that he got it, and it was his first UFC win. I understand what he was going through in that position, but it really doesn't matter to me. Davis is a good guy. I'm a good guy. I mean, we have respect for each other, and we can throw down again, or we can build up in our own weight class. I mean, that's fine with me.
Yeah, so in the aftermath of the fight, looking at you right now, we're what, less than a week removed from this, and you don't really look that bad. And I have to wonder what's going on inside here, though. You got that checked out. What was the outcome?
They said I didn't have anything but a slight concussion. Everything was fine. You can't see it because all the hair. I got 2 staples right here because I had a cut in the back of my head, and my calf is still super swollen all the way to my ankle.
Oh.
And I mean, I don't know if it was a kick or it was me doing up kicks or something, but my right foot on my side plate I'd say it's my pinky toe that's broken, or maybe the side plate is a little bit fractured. But I mean, I'm limping on both legs, and it's hard, but I'm completely fine. My brain is completely there. When I got to the hospital, they asked me all these questions on my license, the president. My girlfriend started questioning me, making sure that my head was okay. Like, I'm not dumb. I am completely here. Ever since I stepped out of the octagon, I woke up, and I was like, dang it, I didn't go to decision. I don't remember them raising my hand. I probably got knocked out. I walked to the ambulance, answered all their questions, got that stupid needle stuck in my arm, which I hated. And I mean, I was completely okay after the knockout. I was completely fine. I woke up walking out of the octagon. Of course I was sad. Of course I was crying. But everybody can quit worrying about me. I am as tough as nails, as they say. And I mean, I've done this my whole life. I've come back from a 3-fight losing streak at 170. I went to back to my weight class. I got five wins in a row. I lost to a wrestler, and then I got 5 more wins in a row, and I made it to the UFC. This is nothing but my life story. That's all I really can say is I've been doing this my whole life. Everybody's told me you can't, you're not gonna, and I've always proved them wrong. And now I'm here again trying to prove everybody wrong.
And you are in the UFC. How did you get into the UFC? Because that was your second fight, right? How did the first one come about? And did you get a 4-fight deal? Are we going to be seeing you in there again? Because I have to think, I know Dana White loves fighters like you, and yes, you lost, but now that I know you're fine and everything is okay, and I can tell you're very alert. You don't seem like you're not punch drunk. You don't seem like you had any severe injury. Everything is fairly minor and cosmetic. And as you said, you don't have, your nose isn't smashed. You don't have any massive hematomas or cuts or broken orbital. Things could have been a lot worse. And we've seen a lot worse. And you're going to recover, at a fairly decent rate and, be back there in a couple of months as soon as you feel ready, right?
Oh, most definitely. And about it's probably been 4 days, so probably in another 10 days, my coach is going to call me and be like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. What are you thinking? How are you feeling? This is what I want to do. You need to talk to your girl, your family, and we need to get you back out here and start working another game plan and start making everything, every aspect of your game better. Like, my wrestling takedowns wasn't there. My speed wasn't there. My toughness is there. We know that. We don't have to work on my toughness or anything. We need to work on my wrestling, my head movement, and being able to execute game plans and listen to my coaches. Like, after the first round, I couldn't hear him at all. But yeah, I'm planning on being 100% better in the next 10 days to where I can go back to running. I can go back to doing my push-ups. I'm actually fixing to get one of those balance boards where everybody's been rolling sideways on the balance board, kind of like a surfer. I'm going to get my balance better. I'm going to get my head movement better. And I'm just going to progress from here. Everything I've went through is nothing I haven't before. I have a video on YouTube against Sasuke Zapata, I believe. And he didn't do nothing but hold me down for all 3 rounds in my guard and elbowed me to death. I had 2 big swollen black eyes. I couldn't breathe out of my nose. I couldn't see out of my left. I was horribly off in that fight, but I was still fighting. I was still throwing submissions, and I've been through this. This is nothing new to me, and I think that I'm just going to recover and come back better than anybody ever can believe because that's the way I am.
Yeah, I was a little rambly on that last question. Can we go back to what I was at about your deal? Do you have did you get a 4-fight deal when you came into UFC?
Oh yeah, okay. I signed with Jason Howe's Team Iridium, and he was like, "Okay,
that's my boy.
This is how it goes. You need to cut weight, and you need to be on weight because every fight is going to be a last-minute fight. You're going to get the opportunity, but it's going to be last minute. You're not going to know who. It's going to be real late. And I got a fight on 4 weeks' notice. I talked to him. I talked to my dad, and I said, okay. I met Mark that next weekend, and I was off to Colorado for 3 weeks. I spent 3 weeks in Colorado, and I took on Roosevelt Roberts. And, of course, he edged out the decision and took me down and laid on me. And then I got this fight with Brock, and it come up, and he was like, all right, we're going to have this fight. You just got it. We got time to prepare, and it was good. And to answer your question, yeah, I got a 4-fight deal.
Okay, cool. So that means we are going to see you back in the UFC octagon, and you're in good hands. Jason House is a really good buddy of mine. Love that guy. Great, best manager in the business, in my opinion.
Most definitely. I've been trying to tell everybody that.
Yeah. A lot of my good buddies are signed with him too, and he's done amazing things for them. So big shout out to Iridium Sports. You are a rare breed, Thomas Gifford. I think you were put on the planet for this, and you have a ton of experience in your, and you still have a lot of youth, and so I look forward to seeing you in there again. I know that I pulled you away from Fortnite. You told me you were playing. What's the appeal to that game? I'm sorry, I'm from Generation X. I play GTA. I've been really into this new Ghost Recon. I can't get
All
into
right.
games like Fortnite.
Way back in the day, did you play 007 GoldenEye on Nintendo 64?
I'm looking at it right now. I'm here in Starfate Studios in fabulous Las
All right.
Vegas. I have it on the Nintendo 64.
That's what I'm talking about. That is what I grew up on. And this game is almost exactly like it, except for the building. You can build walls and big structures, and I mean, everybody's into the building, but I die in the last 10 people to the last 5 because I can't build. I run around at the bottom of people's builds and I shoot when they fall, and they shoot me from the top down. That's what I think it is. It's more like GoldenEye
Really?
remade. Yes, it's amazing. I love it. I mean, I'm a shooter, is what they call me. Like, man, you're really good at making your shots if you could just build, but I can't. And I mean, I said I can't. I haven't learned, and I don't want to learn. I walk around shooting people. I just got 13 kills and got the top 2. I almost won the game, but he was at the top of a build. I was at the end of a field in a circle, And I was like, man, there's no way I'm going to get to him. So, of course, me being me, I just run up to him and I start shooting his builds down and trying to kill him. And he kills me before I get to him. But I got second place with 13 kills. I mean, that's pretty good for that kind of game.
I think. Do you have a Twitch channel? Because I think you could build up a big fan base among the UFC fans. Now that I meet you finally, you got a ton of personality. I think that'd be a good fit for you. Do you have one or?
No, I've been watching on Facebook Live. His name's the King Slayer, and he like puts on this suit and like has armor. He has a crown. He's got face paint, and I mean he's a real charismatic guy. And he's got so much content. It's amazing for me. I just watch him and I learn and I learn and I learn everything he does. I try to do on my game. I mean I'm a newbie. I mean I played for a little bit and then I went to training, and then after those 5 months I came back. Now after this fight, and I've been playing it pretty good, But I'm not really putting time and the work in to actually be that kind of guy. But yeah, I would love to make money if somebody would put me on a live stream and stuff. But Twitch is really not my thing. I got so many Facebook fans that everybody on my Facebook would watch me. So that's almost 5,000 people already. Not to mention all the people thinking about me trying to add me on Facebook, but they got to switch that up about the whole only 5,000 friends on Facebook.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, I do want to give you a special shout out because we are doing this broadcast in the name of Cage Side Press. That is who I'm credentialed under with UFC, Bellator, LFA, et cetera, et cetera. Those guys treat me well. I love the family there. But MMAsoldier.net is my own personal brand, which I mostly promote on Facebook. You've been a follower of MMA Soldier, and I want to thank you for that. It means a lot to me because whenever I see your name on there, I think that was how I first actually got acquainted with you. I go, who's this guy? And we're friends on Facebook. Oh, it's a UFC fighter. Awesome. Look forward to meeting him and seeing him fight. So now that we've made the introduction, I had a great time, and I look forward to doing this again. Where can the fans find you on social media? I know you're on all the platforms. What's your handle?
On Facebook is Thomas the Young Lion Gifford is my fan page, and then just Thomas Gifford as Facebook. But I got 5,000 friends, so don't try to go that route. And then on Instagram, I'm Thomas_Gifford_MMA, and Twitter, I'm the Young Lion MMA.
Well, you certainly are a young lion, my friend. Besides Iridium Sports, anyone else that you would like to show some love to?
My father and my coach and my team, Factory X, Mark Montoya. I mean, they truly are a family to me. If you've watched my career, I've been with my dad the whole career. I've had coach after coach after coach, but I've always been the coach. I can always outdo my coaches that have always taught me, And I've never had a coach that could beat the crap out of me. I did flow sparring 2 weeks before this fight with Coach Mark Montoya. And boy, did he tear me up. I learned some stuff. I was like, ooh, this old man's really got something. And now I feel like I can listen to him. I can respect him. And now after this fight that came to pass, I didn't follow the game plan. I didn't listen to him. And I really want to thank Coach Mark Montoya and Factory X for making me who I am. I'm going to change. I'm going to be able to be in there and be the next big thing.
Yeah,
I appreciate them.
Yeah, he's a great dude. And again, so is your management. And so are you, my friend. And maybe I'll give Fortnite another chance. I don't know. Ghost Recon is taking up most of my free time as it is, man. So, hey, thank you so much, man. I hope you enjoy the fights this weekend. Have a great time, recover, relax, and we'll see you in there next time, bud.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, take care, man.
You too.